Good afternoon, everyone. Hello and welcome to Cressy Field at the University of Massachusetts Dartmouth for this afternoon's men's soccer match between the visiting Framingham State University Rams and the hosting UMass Dartmouth Corsairs. We'll have the national anthem in just a moment. In the meantime, the starting lineups downstairs by Jim Seavey.
Starting at bat, the sophomore from Cultivate, Jamaica, number 4, Don Scale. Starting at forward, a junior from Manchester, Jamaica, number 6, Akeem Buckner. Starting at forward, a senior from Framingham, Massachusetts, number 7, Bryce Nardizzi. Starting at forward, a freshman from Minas Gerais, Brazil, number 8, Gustavo Casemiro. Starting at forward, a senior from Sao Paulo, Brazil, number 11, Isaac de Souza. Starting at bat, a freshman from Hopedale, Massachusetts, number 13, Dante Mancini. Starting at midfield, a sophomore from Framingham, Massachusetts, number 17, Jared Nardizzi. Starting at midfield, a sophomore from Kumasi, Ghana, number 21, Steve Cancan. Starting at forward, a sophomore from Montevideo, Uruguay, number 22, Noel Alexbe. The head coach of Framingham State University is Dean Nichols. He is assisted by Arthur Zuganatis, John Nichols, Jared Curry, Jason Silva, and Josh Arnaud. And now the starting lineup for your Corsairs of UMass Dartmouth. Starting at bat, the freshman from Fall River, Massachusetts, number 2, Nilan Nara. Starting at midfield, a sophomore from Seekonk, Massachusetts, number 7, Ronnie Morales. Starting at midfield, a junior from Mansfield, Massachusetts, number 8, Dylan Danaker. Starting at midfield, a senior from New Bedford, Massachusetts, number 10, Junior Montero. Starting in goal, a sophomore from Swansea, Massachusetts, number 12, Jake Castro. Starting at back, a sophomore from Fall River, Massachusetts, number 13, Gabe de Oliveira. Starting at forward, a junior from New Bedford, Massachusetts, number 15, Tyler Medeiros. Starting at back, a sophomore from Weymouth, Massachusetts, number 17, Declan Foley. Starting at midfield, a freshman from Seekonk, Massachusetts, number 18, Evan Pacheco. Starting at forward, a freshman from Seekonk, Massachusetts, number 21, Matthew Alvarez. Starting at midfield, a junior from Fall River, Massachusetts, number 25, Yorick Sadsman. The head coach of UMass Dartmouth in his 12th season is Henry Almeida. He is assisted by Brian Medeiros, Phil Ferreira, and Roy Barboza. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask you to please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Siri with the assist at the end of that national anthem as we welcome you back upstairs. Corsairs coming in at 2-1, looking to build on what was a 2-win season a year ago. Could exceed that already here, still in relatively early September. Framingham State coming in at 1-3 overall on the season. UMass Dartmouth is coached by Henry Almeida, assisted by Brian Medeiros, Phil Ferreira, and Roy Barboza. Over on the Framingham State side, they are coached by Dean Nichols, assisted by Arthur Zuganatos, John Nichols, Jared Curry, Jason Silva, and Josh Arnaud, and their captain is Bryant Nardizzi. Both teams in their pregame huddles. Looks like Framingham will be the first to break and take the field. The Rams wearing very basic black and white uniforms that thankfully are quite easy to read. Black jerseys, black shorts with white numbers and white trim on the uniforms. UMass Dartmouth wearing its home whites, white jerseys and white shorts with navy letters and numbers. And Arnie, the mascot, just above the digit on the back of the jersey. Corsairs coming back off a 1-0 win over Salve Regina on Wednesday afternoon down in Newport, and looking to continue to build on that as we come into this afternoon's game. It's going to be a tough act to follow. Corsair football team just won an absolute thriller in overtime, 48-41 over a Husson team that was in the NCAA tournament a year ago. Here, the Corsairs will be playing a slower paced and likely an obviously lower scoring matchup, but they will try to make it an undefeated day on the multi-purpose turf here at Cressy Field. Love the style here, playing the old Pirates of the Caribbean tune as the Corsairs come to take the field. This, of course, in the heyday of the Kevin Garnett Celtics, this is what they took the floor to. Makes a little more sense having the pirate theme here, the UMass Dartmouth Corsairs. And it's 2 consecutive wins for UMD after losing the opener here to MIT on Wednesday, the 4th of September. They bounced back and knocked off Mass Maritime on Monday, September the 9th. So they've yet to have a match where both teams have scored. They've either won in a shutout or lost in a shutout. And they have scored more goals than their opponents by a cumulative score of 5-2. So some good early vital signs from Henry Almeida's team as he now stands with 95 career victories, looking to make his way to 100 during the course of this season. Corsairs have the ball to begin the match. They are moving from right to left on your screen, again in their home whites. Framingham State wearing their visiting blacks as they benefit from the first whistle and take possession in the match's opening minute. Corsairs starting Jake Castro in net today, a 5'11" sophomore out of Swansea, Mass, and Bishop Connolly High School over in Fall River. On the Framingham side, they start Corey Davidge between the pipes. Davidge, a 5'8" senior from Blackstone, Massachusetts, and BMR High School. High arcing pass. Corsairs unable to break through there. Picked up by Davidge wearing the headgear on a warm but becoming overcast afternoon here at Cressy. Rams now putting it back into play. We'll go through the starting lineup, starting first with the Rams. Told you about Corey Davidge between the net. His teammates today, number 3, Andre Oliveira. Number 4, O'Donnell Scale. Number 6, Akeem Buckner. Number 7, Bryce Nardizzi. Number 8, Gustavo Casemiro. Number 11, Isaac De Souza. Number 13, Dante Mancini. Number 17, Jared Nardizzi. Number 21, Steve Golkanka. And number 22, Nahuel Aljabe. Over on the UMass Dartmouth side, number 2, Nilan Nira. Number 7, Ronnie Morales. Number 8, Dylan Daniker. Number 10, Junior Montero. Number 13, Gabe DeOliveira. Number 15, Tyler Medeiros. Number 17, Declan Foley. Number 18, Evan Pacheco. Number 21, Matthew Alvarez. And number 25, Yurik Sajbin. The officials for today's match: Carlos Amato, Sam Mokeled, and Edgar Garzon. Throw in coming for the Rams. Now at the far side of the field as they put it into scale. Sophomore back from Galtigo Bay, Jamaica, by way of Mashpee High School. As this Framingham State team pulling its players from really all over, including several coming from abroad, several players coming from Ghana, several from Jamaica, one from Cameroon, one from Uruguay. As that's often common for schools in this area to recruit their rosters from places where soccer has a bit of a firmer hold on the hearts and minds of young players. Of course, there's a lot of players from local schools, of course, but heavily influenced from other countries within those cities. Framingham State also with a couple of players from Brazil as well. Throw in here from UMD as they're able to put it in play onto the foot of Junior Montero, a senior midfielder from New Bedford, Mass. And New Bedford High. Casemiro making the turn at midfield. Advances the ball for Nardizzi. Nardizzi pushes it out wide for D'Souza. D'Souza stepping in, gives it back up top, gets it back. Rams rotated around to Mancini on the right side. Mancini's got some room, gets a strong right-footed boot off and tests the Corsair keeper, but Corsair's able to make that save as Jake Castro looked it all the way into his mitts. In the 5th minute here, scoreless between the Corsairs and Rams. As the ball kicked back out into play, takes a long goal kick and a high bounce as Kankem gets to it, a sophomore midfielder in Kumasi, Ghana, and Kumasi Academy. Good long pass forward for the Corsairs to Dylan Daniker. Daniker getting a bad angle shot off, missing wide, but staying in play. Corsairs remain in control of the ball. It's Tyler Medeiros, the first one to it, drops it back to Junior Montero. Corsairs will chip on from a distance and nearly got a shot at a header. No save there. More shots available, but the ball got away from Sajbin. He never really got a chance to shoot. Ball rapidly brought back up the other way as Framingham tries to leverage the chaos. Akeem Buckner passing it behind him out toward midfield, getting to be breezy, moving in the direction of both benches. As the kick dropped back and shifted off to the right side for Nardizzi. Nardizzi, a couple of steps forward, shifts it off to the right side to Casemiro. Ball advanced up into the defensive line. Kick back for Morales. Morales with a great entry. Brought out long. Foot race to the ball, and the keeper gets there first. Corey Davidge won a foot race with UMass Dartmouth's Matthew Alvarez. If Alvarez were there a half step quicker, he would have been able to knock that one around the keeper and probably have a tap in against an empty cage. Alvarez, a freshman forward from Seekonk Mass and Seekonk High, with the best opportunity that either team's had so far. Ball belted downfield by De Oliveira to midfield. Hitter at midfield out of bounds, and the ball goes back over to Framingham with 37-47 left to play first half. Entry pass comes to Casemiro, a freshman forward from Minas Gerais, Brazil. From Framingham High, of course, a very big Brazilian population in Framingham. Has made soccer very popular there. Has made that a fertile recruiting territory for Framingham State. Kind of an errant touch there as it goes off the foot of Ronnie Morales a little bit awkwardly and out of bounds. Corsairs with an injury at the moment is D'Olivera shaken up. Clock continues to run though, and he will stay on the field. Framingham getting a chance to advance it. Akeem Buckner turning on the Jets up the right side. Tries to put one on the cage, but didn't have the angle. Framingham still with the ball, trying to see if they can turn it into a shot. They've centered it. No whistle there. Nardizzi looking for an opportunity, has it taken clear away from him. Well defensed by Morales. And there's a whistle there, as they will halt play there for a moment. The officials will have a talking to O'Donnell Scale, who got pretty physical. And with the dangerous play there, going to give UMass Dartmouth the ball with 36-36 and counting, first half. It's a free kick coming for UMD. Dylan Daniker will take it. Daniker, a junior midfielder from Mansfield, Massachusetts, and Mount St. Charles High. I thought Daniker was going to take it. Now he's jogging off. And D'Olivera will take it instead. Jogging forward anyway, if not off. Long pass ahead. They try to fit it along the sideline, just out of the reach of Matthew Alvarez, again out of bounds. And it goes over to Framingham State for a throw-in with 36-24 remaining first half. High arcing boot lands right on the foot of Isaac D'Souza. D'Souza drops it back for Oliveira. Oliveira advances across midfield. Aljabe takes. Passes, good spin back there by Casemiro. Entry pass, chance to chase it down here for Buckner. He will get there, doesn't have an angle to shoot though. Try to work his way out of the corner. Buckner stood up off in the corner. Rams looking to try to find their way around a corner kick opportunity perhaps, but UMD able to defend, get it out of trouble. Good sequence of touches there by Matthew Alvarez, but unable to retain possession up along the sideline. Rams take back over with 35-25 to play in the half. Mancini lobs it in play to Aljabe. Between the legs now, stopped. Corsairs trying to get to it. Junior Montero giving chase, but a half step behind. Casemiro gets there first. Ball out of play for a Ram throw. And now drop back to Scale. Scale advances for Mancini. Mancini out to the right side, gets it back. Good centering pass, just went through the wickets of Jared Nardizzi. Had the ball passed between his feet, would have had an excellent angle with which to shoot. Nardizzi, a sophomore midfielder from Framingham. Good touch there by Alvarez as he pumps it forward from Montero. Montero's got it, but he's in some traffic, trying to fight his way off the far sideline. Montero, favoring his left foot, pushes a pass with his right. Montero's attempted pass blocked back at him and out of play by Can-Can. Throw in coming for UMD from the far sideline. Tossed in play. Montero's got it. Tried to fight his way through. We've got a whistle. And the Rams will take back over with 33-28 to play first half. Strong boot from behind by UMass Dartmouth's Nera. Freshman back out of Fall River, Mass and Durfee High. 32:55 to play in the half. Scoreless between the Corsairs and Rams. UMD trying to pick up their third victory of the season. Ball advanced up the right sideline for Akeem Buckner. Buckner trying to keep it alive, and eventually the whistle. Ball in the net, but disallowed. Foul was called on Framingham rather than an offside, and it'll go back in UMass Dartmouth's direction. Ball to midfield, knocked back across by De Oliveira. Good cross there for Framingham, and they're whistled for an offsides. They had Nardizzi in a great spot to handle it. Nardizzi unable to come down with the ball and onside. High kick out of play and into the bleachers over on the visiting side. Although, of course, for soccer, both benches over on the same side. Fans tend to sit on the same side as well. UMD trying to gain possession and retain it. They've been able to get on the ball a couple of times, but haven't really been able to pass. Looking to try to fix that here. Nearly squeezed that one through to Daniker. Morales had the right idea. He had possession and was trying to just snake it between two defenders to get it in Daniker's direction. It just couldn't quite connect. Ball across midfield into a dead sprint for it is Declan Foley. He's a couple steps behind it as it goes out of bounds, and he will handle the throw-in. Foley is sophomore out of Weymouth, Mass. and Weymouth High. Corsairs have 5 goals so far in the season, 2 by Junior Montero. 1 by Junior Montero, 2 by Ronnie Morales, 1 by Matthew Alvarez, and 1 by Yurik Sashbin. Long belt of a kick there by De Oliveira, puts it on target. Corsairs can't quite get a shot. As Matthew Alvarez got tangled up with O'Donnell Scale. Scale locked him up from behind and prevented a shot on goal. Had a good number of whistles around the net today, not there. Just over 15 minutes passed in first half action, still scoreless between the Corsairs and Rams. Rams looking to break through, unable to do so. Sashbin passed up toward midfield. Big swing on the ball by Sashbin. Didn't make contact with the ball, hit an opponent's body with his kick instead. No whistle one way or the other there. There certainly wasn't any intent either way, but certainly had to hurt. Now whistle for foul. We'll see which way this one goes. Appears to be in Framingham's favor with 28.5 minutes to play in the first half. Nardizzi, quicker kick than anybody expected. Chance off the rebound, another chance off the rebound. Doesn't make it all the way to the cage. Isaac de Souza tried to capitalize on a moment's confusion there in front of the net. Long boot across midfield and the header, and it's blown dead. Apparent offside. Alvarez protesting as he was chasing after it with a defender in front of him. Not quite sure how that adds up. Actually going to give UMass Dartmouth a free kick from back at the football 35-yard line. Morales, high spinning kick and a great risky maneuver there to prevent the goal by Davidge. Montero was waiting on a header, and if he had gotten it with a good angle, would have been an easy goal for the Corsairs. Davidge knew it, and he cut down the angle of the pass, went out in front of it, and did not allow the ball to arrive on Montero's forehead. Under 27 minutes remaining in the half. Corsairs looking for an opportunity. They get a shot, but well wide there. Left-footed boot by Sajbin. Sajbin, a junior midfielder from Fall River and Durfee High. And Davidge will go back to work for the Rams with a goal kick. Davidge doesn't get cheated there. Bounces across midfield and arrives on target to Aljabe on a bounce. It's been a lot of play now. Corsairs will get a throw in the reverse direction. Toss it in toward Montero. Doesn't make it there. Trying to play it again now is Declan Foley. Ball side spinning just in front of the sideline. Foley kicks it out of bounds. Oliveira gives a toss, gets it right back, and tries to shift over toward midfield. Rams trying to mount an attack. Corsair midfielders do a good job of preventing that. Ball just sneaks away from Montero. He's going to try to win a foot race to get back into the picture. He does, gets tripped up a little bit by Can-Can. Fights the ball out of play. And we'll see what the call is here. Appears to be in Framingham's favor. Contested along the goal line, but it'll be a goal kick rather than a corner kick. And Davidge will get it started up with 25-12 to play first half. Davidge going nowhere in particular with that. Bounced out of bounds and up into the bleachers. So UMD takes it right back near midfield. And Foley will do the honors, puts it in. Drops back to Nera. Fighting for the ball was Alvarez, couldn't get to it, was hoping to pick up foul, didn't get that either. Big contact there, late whistle on the foul against Tyler Medeiros. His opponent, Andre Oliveira, made it look good. Corsairs intent on going to their bench for the first time today as Erickson Rodrigues heads over to the bench to come in, to the table to come in, I should say, and Framingham will counter with Brian Sullivan. Rodrigues, a senior for New Bedford, Mass. And Brockton High. Good catch on the long kick as Jake Castro gets to it. Corsairs also looking to put Tiago de Carvalho in. A sophomore from Quincy, Mass. Bounds outside for Montero. Again, Montero's been around the ball quite a bit, but Can-Cam doing a nice job to make sure that Montero, even if he gets the ball, is unable to do anything with it once he has it. So both teams able to make their substitutions here because both teams wanted them. And so 3 new players onto the pitch. Scale comes off for Framingham. And for UMD, Daniker comes out for the moment. Framingham breaks through, able to take the ball away near midfield as Casemiro passes over. Rams now on the attack. Nardizzi advances forward, slips a pass forward. Good sliding defensive play by Gabe de Oliveira to prevent the Rams from getting it into the box. Foul on UMass Dartmouth, though. Free kick coming for the Rams. Casemiro a little too far away from goal to kick at that, so he shifts a quick pass over to Mancini. Good entry pass here for the Rams as they bring it inside. Corsairs fighting for it. UMD fortunate not to be called for a foul there as Nardizzi hit the deck. Just over halfway through first half action now with 22:06 to play. Sajbin trying to advance in Montero's direction, didn't quite get it there. UMD brings it back to the center of the pitch. Sajbin slips it inside and can't fit it into Alvarez. If the Corsairs ever can get it to Alvarez cleanly, he's shown some pretty good skills with the ball on his foot. Could make some special things happen. .21.5 minutes remaining. Nardizzi doing quite a bit of complaining for foul there. Late to come up off the carpet that last trip down that end of the field. Davidge puts it back in play from Brian Sullivan. Ball out of play. It'll be a Ram throw. Dante Mancini picking it up. Mancini, a freshman back at a Hopedale Mass and Xaverian High. Casemiro advances. Corsairs took it back and we had a whistle, and it's a foul back over on the UMass Dartmouth side of the pitch. 20:25 remaining. UMD will take over possession. De Oliveira. Gets into it with his right foot, gets a lot of distance on it, but Framingham well prepared as Brian Sullivan prevents it from advancing through. Sullivan, a freshman back from Norton, Mass and Norton High. Rams with a couple of substitutions pending. We'll tell you about that if we get a second. In the meantime, UMD trying to stay on the attack. Good entry, and the header goes up over top of the crossbar. Sajbin got a good entry pass to work with. Had to leave his feet for the header, didn't get much of an angle on it. You really have very little control over where the ball goes in that situation. That time just high spinner. Up and over the crossbar, really nothing to skip a beat over. On that Framingham bench, Giovanni Green, number 9, and Josh Afosu, number 27, looking to come in at the next available opportunity. $19:10 to go. Montero steps inside and advances out wide. Green and Afosu come on. Mancini and Buckner come out. With 18:35 left to play in the first half. Ball slips through, wide pass made up by Souza. Souza puts it near the sideline but stays in play for Afosu. Rams trying to find themselves a shot. Ball belted up to midfield. Alvarez got a header on it, but couldn't shift it over to Montero like he wanted to. Nardizzi brings it back, chance at a shot, and it goes off wide. From this angle, looked like more of a threat than it actually was. Jake Castro knew right away it was headed out of bounds, and so he backed off of it, instructed his teammates to do the same. But it looks as though it was last touched by a Corsair, because they're going to award the first corner kick of the match to Framingham State here. First time we've seen a set piece either way. Down the corner, it's planted for Bryce Nardizzi. Puts it in play quickly, gets it right back. Belts a shot on goal, and it's stopped by Jake Castro. Toughest stop of the day for either keeper to make, and Castro did a good job of getting to that. With 16:54 left in the first half. Corsairs chase it down. Alvarez over to Montero. He passes it out wide. Best chance of the day for the Corsairs, and they miss well wide. Erickson Rodrigues, the senior, broke through with his left foot free, had a brief window of opportunity, and just was not able to line up his shot. Missed well wide to the left. Ball hits the trash can on the far sideline. That should count for 50 points toward a prize or something. Not easy to do. You could try that 100 more times and not be able to do it. Throw in along the far sideline. Corsairs get to it. Whistle out on that far sideline as again Nardizzi finds himself down. Heals himself back up. This time the Rams have got the ball. Right now you have Jared Nardizzi, number 17, as well as Bryce Nardizzi, number 7, out on the field. And number 19, Bryant Nardizzi, on the Framingham bench. Advanced to the left side, deflected, and does stay in play. Ofosu got a piece of it, but couldn't get a shot on net. Just under 15 minutes to play in the half. Corsairs will be home again this coming Wednesday to take on Salem State at 7. Pass toward the center of the pitch. Sajbin has it deflected, goes out of play. Corsair fans are looking for a corner kick here. We'll see if it's granted to them. Looks like it will be. First such opportunity of the day for UMD. It'll be Morales measuring it up in the corner for UMass Dartmouth, the right-footed kicker. He'll step up into it here. Again, the ball slipping just past and around Montero. Rodrigues in the neighborhood as well, couldn't get there. So a missed opportunity there for UMD with 13:45 to play first half. Ball out of play is Davidge unable to hook up with Andre Oliveira on that pass. Oliveira, a sophomore from Milford, Mass. and Milford High. Ball leaks back to Gabe DeOliveira. DeOliveira tried to put one in there. Couldn't connect with Rodrigues. Rams now coming in the other direction as Nardizzi got it caught up between his feet a little bit. Ball out of play. And it'll be a UMass Dartmouth throw to be handled by D'Oliveira. He gets into it pretty quickly and sneaks it through to Montero. Montero with good speed and long strides, able to center it back to Morales. Morales passes it down. Rodrigues gets it off his chest, but it takes too far of a bounce. Giovanni Green, the next one to it for Framingham. Green screaming for the ball, and he's going to receive it, so here's his big chance. Giovanni Green takes it out wide to the right, wanted a shot, now belts one into the Corsair backfield. His best chance was to do it right away, and he tried to take one more clutch to see if he could line up a better angle, and his window of opportunity to shoot disappeared. Green, a sophomore from Montego Bay, Jamaica, by way of Montmoy Regional High School. High school for the towns of Harwich and Chatham out on the Outer Cape. Left-footed pass sneaks down toward Morales. Morales chips it in front. Ball still live, or at least it appeared to be. Davidge pounced on it, and instinct took on for Montero. I don't know if he used to play American football or what, but he tried to jump on it and grab it with his hands like it was a fumble. Ball rolled out to Jared Nardizzi. He's able to put it into the midfield circle for Isaac D'Souza. The Rams will try to go back to work offensively. 11:23 to go first half. UMD looking to go back to its bench. Will Cochran, we've not seen yet, but getting checked in at the table. Cochran, a sophomore forward, listed at 6'4", 185 from Lunenburg, Mass. and Lunenburg High. Big contact there, no call. Still down on the ground is Sajbin. Rodrigues raises one over the head of his intended target, Alvarez. Corsairs tried to clean it up from the backside, didn't happen. Corsairs getting very noisy on their bench, looking for a foul call that last time that Sajbin went down. There wasn't one to be had. Now we've got some kind of a stoppage, a couple of officials, a couple of Framingham players, I should say, protesting with an official. There would appear to be a notebook out. Play is ongoing of sorts, but the clock is halted. There was a foul call. And it would appear that Framingham was issued a card. If that's the case, it'd be on Casemiro, but it's Framingham ball here. Did not see one actually flashed by the official. In any event, Framingham has the ball and will have a goal kick, as Cochran's still unable to enter the match amid all that. Corsairs trying to advance it past midfield. Evan Pacheco, the freshman from Seekonk, advances forward. Whistle out on the far side. It's going to give it back to the Corsairs with 10.5 minutes to play first half. Jeffson Maliki, a freshman from Port-au-Prince, Haiti, and Malden High looking to come in for Framingham, wearing number 23. Eric Amatang, number 5, a senior from Ghana, looking to come in as well. A defensive save made there by Framingham as Can-Cam protecting the cage in a spot where Davidge was not. Ball out of bounds, and now Amatang and Maliki both coming in. Algerbay coming out for the moment for Framingham, as is Jared Nardizzi. Burst of speed here for Morales. He slides it out to Montero. Montero whiffed on it. Whistle for an apparent offside anyway. Under 10 minutes to go here in the first half. Both teams have had chances. Neither has really had what you'd characterize as a great chance. And obviously neither team to this point has scored. Montero looking, slips that pass through. What a pass. A back-footed pass between Montero's legs to get it down to Cochran. Cochran chased out of play. And it looks like the Corsairs will get a corner kick out of it. Beautiful pass there by Montero. Morales raises it into traffic. Framingham coming away with it. Ofosu advances forward. Ball widened out to the right. Good pop of a pass there by Nardizzi. Great speed there to the outside by Green, who missed on the chance earlier. Does not appear as though he'll get one here. Rams do get a corner kick, though, with 7:40 to play in the half. Green will line it up. The Rams are looking to make a substitution, but Bryce Nardizzi is down yet again. Nardizzi back up to his feet. They wind the clock again as the ball comes back in play. High arcing boot up over everything. Casemiro got to it for a moment. Bounds in front. Castro slips in front of Isaac de Souza, the senior out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, who tried to make a play on it. And the Corsairs go back to work on offense, or at least they did for the moment. Goes out of bounds off the far sideline. Shirak Ayamga trying to get into the game. Another Ghanan player, a freshman, who went to Danvers High here stateside. Seven minutes to go as the Rams try to put it in play. A lot of pressure applied there by Will Cochran, of course, with the fresh legs having just gotten out there. He's got plenty in the tank, used some of it there. Green advances, gets it back, and they work it over to Casemiro. Back up ahead for Giovanni Green. All toward the middle of the pitch. There's a block on it. Chipped advance forward in some traffic. Corsairs fighting for it along the sideline. A lot of body contact there as Sajbin tried to get it back for UMD, and it looks like he will via the whistle. Six minutes to go. Still scoreless between the Rams and Corsairs. Ayamga and Kofi Poku looking to come in for Framingham. Casemiro out and Poku on, a junior from Kumasi, Ghana, and Doherty Memorial. Played off the chest by Cochran. Cochran shifts it out for Morales. And Morales over to Montero. Had a little trouble getting it, but does keep it in bounds. Shifts it ahead to Rodrigues. Rodrigues centers it and kicked out of trouble by Cancam, who's done an excellent job on the defensive side of things. Good header to prevent the entry by Nera for UMass Dartmouth. .444 left to play first half. Rams drop it back and looked like they would shift it over, but Cancam decided differently, finds himself some room, advances to the midfield level for Nardizzi. Nardizzi with some room to sprint straight ahead is going to blast one wide and out of play. So Goal kick coming up for the Corsairs with 4:15 to play in the half. High arcing kick to Rodrigues. He advances it across midfield. Chipped. Good touch by De Oliveira. Foot race. Cochran trying to find his way to it. He's able to put it in the direction of goal, but not much of a shot. Davidge gets rid of it quickly. Low stress opportunity to touch the ball there for Corey Davidge, who's had a good first half for Framingham State. Net minding, taking away a couple of Corsair opportunities. They look for another one here. Montero gets the ball just a half stride too late. Another defender right in front of him by the time he collected the ball. Declan Foley the first one to it. And UMD will try to return it back across midfield. Sprint up along the far sideline. Amateng gets there, and we have an apparent injury over on the far sideline. Framingham player down. Clock is still rolling. Now they halt it with 2:52 remaining in the half. Player down for Framingham was Josh Afosu. But it does look as though he'll stay in. Montero gets to it with his left foot, shifts it to his right, and tried to fit a pass in to Morales. Couldn't get it past the defender. Corsairs retreat a little bit, try to go to Rodrigues, but a good block of the pass into the stomach of Giovanni Green, who's been everywhere for Framingham since coming in off their bench. A lot of contact there, but no whistle. Corsairs fight to get it back. Here's Morales. Morales in Montero's general direction, but couldn't get it there. Davidge pounces on it with 2 minutes to play in the first half. Right-footed boot up to midfield. Passed over the left side for Poku. And out of bounds. Entry pass along the far side. Montero's going to give it chase again. He'll get to it. Doesn't have an angle. Kicks it into an opponent. Ball out of play. It'll be a Corsair throw. Good defense supplied by Brian Sullivan of Framingham State off on the far side. Corsairs try to mount a late attack before the intermission. Rodrigues gives it, trying to give it back was Cochran, couldn't get it out wide. Final minute of first half action, scoreless between the Rams and the Corsairs. Pass shifted left, 40 seconds to go, left-footed shot, punched up over top of the crossbar. Acrobatic play there by Castro. They let it play through. I thought I saw the ball scrape the top of the net, but they say stayed in bounds. Castro looking to make a play on that one too, goes up and gets it. So he'll be able to calm things down sufficiently to close out the first half. If he gets a decent kickoff, should be able to get it farther than Framingham would be able to play it. He'll do just that in 13 seconds and a half remaining. Framingham certainly won't score. Corsairs trying to make some noise, and ball ends up in the hands of Davidge, and he'll be wise just to kind of hang on to that until halftime. Players just kind of abandoning ship and getting over to the orange wedges. At the end of the first 45 minutes of play, we are scoreless between Framingham State and UMass Dartmouth, so the Corsairs still very much with the third victory of the year in sights for them. At the end of 45 minutes to play, neither team taking a decided advantage just yet. And it'll be just whoever lasts the longest may win this one here today. So we've got a 10-minute halftime intermission. We'll take a quick break, get some vitals on this game, give you the stats, and come back with second half action on the other side. Again, your score at recess. Framingham State nothing, UMass Dartmouth nothing. We'll be back on Corsairathletics.com. Welcome back to a soggy Cressy Field as we get set for second half action. The hoods and umbrellas starting to pop up in the bleachers here at UMD, where we're scoreless at the end of 45 minutes of action. Tough to really get a feel for which way this one's tilting. You have pretty even numbers through the first half. Shots were in Framingham's favor by a narrow margin of 6-5. Ditto shots on goal 3-2. Each team had 2 corner opportunities and no penalty kick opportunities for either side. So both teams have had some halfway decent chances to score, but you haven't had one, really golden opportunity go by the boards for either side. So that rain is starting to pick up now. Supposed to only be in town for just a few minutes here. Nothing huge on the radar, and it remains a warm day, 70 degrees here in mid-September, but they're folding up the folding chairs. They're getting soggy on the UMass Dartmouth sideline, and fans who brought jackets are looking really smart right now. Those who aren't, not so much. And they tend to be looking for cover. UMD wearing their home white uniforms. The teams have switched ends now. Corsairs attacking from left to right on your screen as they keep trying to sneak one through to Montero. They've gotten the ball to him several times, but the Rams have always had an answer for it defensively as they get the ball back and go to Algebay. Ball bounding down to the far side. Bryce Nardizzi will give it a chase and back up to the corner. Entry pass comes into Nardizzi and shifted over to the right side. Castro will run up under it and put a grab on it. Jake Castro drops it into his right foot, boots it down. Alvarez shifts to Montero. Montero advances. Trying to centering pass to get it back to Alvarez, didn't get there. Rain really starting to pick up here. Doesn't really have a storm look and feel to it. The sky is still fairly light for this time of day. Not exactly a downpour, but a good stiff shower that we've got right now at Cressy Field, just over 2.5 minutes in to second half action. A whistle, a lot of arguing going on down on the field as we're 3 minutes in. And just like that, the worst of it appears to have passed. Caught under a dark cloud there for just a couple of minutes. Goal kick will belong to Corey Davidge. Running up into it, getting to it with his chest is Cody Santo. Seeing Santo for the first time. Freshman, a local from Dartmouth and Dartmouth High. Congratulations to them on their gorgeous brand new artificial turf field turf surface. It's a long time coming for Dartmouth High. New field, new lights, looking very much like Cressy Field over there on Slocum Road nowadays. New members of the Southeast Conference, as I'm told. But really everyone is. Amateng passing up along the sideline. Isaac to Souza, towing it forward. That was out wide and rolls out of play. Goal kick coming for UMD with 40-40 left to play in regulation. Montero was on the ball briefly. Apparent injury over on the Framingham State side as Casemiro is down and hurt. Not getting up, and now they will halt play with 40:04. Quite the palindrome on the scoreboard from left to right. 0-0 the score, and then 40:04 in the middle. 6 digits across. That's not easy to do. While we have a moment, I want to wish a warm welcome to our viewer Hannah over in Florence, Italy tonight, girlfriend to Corsair midfielder Dylan Daniker. I understand it's well after 11 p.m. out there, so Hannah's spending her Saturday night on CorsairAthletics.com all the way out there. How about that? We welcome you in, studying abroad from Regis. Hope things are going well. Hope the gondolas are getting you everywhere you need to go. Corsairs trying to get to it at midfield. Declan Foley a little late on it.
We just need literally practice. We have 6 healthy people. Jen just sprained her ankle. That's 2 out of the 3 freshmen we have going dead right now. No, but like it's bad. She has to go to
Foley throws it in play.
It's like sprained on both sides.
Framingham arguing from their bench, and the official telling them back, give me time to make the call. Carlos Amato getting a little indignant there with Dean Nichols.
He really doesn't pay attention to the whole game.
6 minutes in, and a nice move to get up to that ball as Castro goes and grabs it. Almost no spin on that goal kick by Castro. Thing of beauty to float through the air. 38-38 remaining.
Well, it's like a protective guard type of thing, but it is pretty much it's like a goalie.
Ball skips out of play to the far side.
I always tell Jim that like Durfee's like taking over you guys. No, really. Like he's just follow over kids in general. Do they announce our names tonight?
Dawson Daniker throws it in from the far side. Dawson, a sophomore back from Mansfield, Mass. And Mount St. Charles.
And then BC, Lucas Roque, DJ Machado's from Diamond on the football team. Soccer, Maddie, Hannah. Oh, yeah, Maddie. He's from Swansea. Huh? Doesn't matter. He's a Diamond kid.
Declan Foley pushes it out to the left side for Tiago De Carvalho. De Carvalho puts it across as he tried to set up a header for Cody Santos. Santos didn't have the height advantage up against his opponent, didn't quite get to it. 37-20 to go as the Rams trying to come away with the ball, trying to get on an attack for the first time in the second half. Giovanni Green with it. Montero fighting for it in the corner. Can't quite get to it. It looks like UMass Dartmouth will have a corner kick, their third of the day. Morales will line it up for UMD off in the corner. Morales getting ready for a right-footed kick. She delivers out in front, punched out by the goalkeeper, Corey Davidge. Corsairs looking for a chance on the follow-up, and the shot blocked. Evan Pacheco got a good boot on it, but right into a wall of defenders. That one sneaks through! At long last, the hard work pays off for Junior Montero. He found his way to the ball near the cage time after time after time. And that time, in the chaos, after a couple ricochets, he was able to just keep one low and tight to the carpet and just putted it through to get the Corsairs on the board with 36-17 remaining in regulation. So Montero puts UMD in front, and the Corsairs now lead at 1-0. So for Junior, That is his second goal on the campaign. Ties him with Ronnie Morales for the team lead with 2 apiece.
Goal scored by number 10, Junior Montero.
That's how my leg was. Yeah. See, that's how my arm is when I shoot. Like, that's what I'm going in for treatment. But that's, I think mine's a pincher. So like when it pinches, it like shoots down my arm.
Austin Daneker advances it up the sideline. Corsairs now looking for some momentum. They get it to Montero. He almost was able to break through again. He gets a little tangle up there. And the ball will go over to Framingham with 35-40 remaining in regulation.
Okay, you should have seen, ready? So the problem is over here, there was like an injury, and this dude literally, the goalie, like threw it out. They were like running down the field with it. I'm like, 35-20.
Pass lobbed in, gets away from Alvarez. Slipped up along the side for Foley. Foley with a backspinning kick along the sideline, jumps out of bounds. 34-50 remaining in regulation. Ball out of play, high lob throw. Comes down to UMD. Pacheco kicks it up over top. Good pass back toward the center, given toward Bryce Nardizzi. Ball out of play, throw in coming for the Rams. Getting a little bit tangled up was Casemiro. Framingham drawing a foul, and they're getting a free kick within range of the goal here, about 30 yards away from the goal line. Gustavo Casemiro lines up for a shot as the Corsairs construct a wall. See if Casemiro takes this himself. He does. He will shoot on net. Gets away from Castro, and the follow-through results in a Framingham goal. Aljabe, right place, right time, as Castro couldn't swallow up the first shot, allowed the rebound, and Aljabe knocks it back through. And the sophomore from Montevideo, Uruguay, puts it through to tie the match at 1 with 33-22 left to go in regulation. And so the Corsair lead short-lived as Framingham gets the equalizer just moments later. Off the free kick opportunity, Rams taking advantage of the set piece to even the match at 1-1 with 33-10 left to go. Corsairs looking for a quick answer. It was a brief opportunity for Sajbin to shoot, elected not to. And the opportunity quickly disappears, as it often will. Good back-footed pass there by Framingham's Isaac de Souza. Ball spins out of play. Giovanni Green looking to get back in, the speedster for Framingham State. First match out of UMass Dartmouth 4 this year, where both teams have scored. Corsairs were shut out in their opener, and they've had back-to-back shutout victories. Rams won the last installment of this series between the two squads. It was a 2-0 victory back on August 31st of 2018 up in Framingham. Good long ball up ahead for Cody Santo. Does some side spinning to keep it alive. Santo with a good centering shot toward Montero, who tried to go for the bicycle kick and wasn't able to line it up. Pass just a little far out of the range, just off the very tip of Algerbai's boot. He winds up locked up in the Corsair bench, and there's some extracurriculars as Algerbay takes a dive, as walking right at him was Declan Foley. Foley didn't push him, and Algerbay couldn't fall fast enough. Corsair bench has been carded here. Algerbay went in there instigated. And you would have to think at a minimum you'd have dueling cards here. Declan Foley trying to stick up for his squad.
Let him be proud of himself.
So in the meantime, Framingham will swap out about half its squad here, as they have three substitutes itching to come in. Green, Sullivan, and Oliveira. Officials trying to separate the two teams now, and trying to get the Corsair coaches back over to their bench. In the meantime, we wait for play to resume. Foley is still up. He's on the other side of the sideline. Now as you come back, you have the officials arguing with the bench. And we need to try to find out that card that was shown to whom and what color. Declan Foley still in the game, so if there was a red card issued, it was not issued to him. And now we've got another fracas here, another card coming out. Yellow card issued to Bryce Nardizzi. It's rather histrionic this afternoon. Just have to hope that real play can resume at some point here soon. Low line drive kick ends up going all the way on goal from a long distance. Morales putting it right on Davidge. Amatang pushes it back. Now Buckner down. Gets back up when he sees there'll be no whistle. Corsairs trying to move the ball back in Montero's direction. 15 minutes into second half action. Both teams have scored early in the second half, and we're knotted at 1 with 30 minutes to play in regulation. So 4 substitutes coming on for the Rams. Number 3, Andre Oliveira. Number 9, Giovanni Green. Number 15, Brian Sullivan. And number 27, Josh Afosu. We saw all of them in various capacities for various amounts of time in the first half. So no one new to the match for the Rams. out of bounds. Be a Ram throw. Montero coolly, calmly hands the ball off to Andre Oliveira, which is a welcome sight. Ball out of bounds. And now Framingham will throw back in the short distance. I think Oliveira might have been over the line already when he gave it to Souza. Clock halted again with 28-23 remaining in regulation. Again, no cards issued, but no play going on either. Now we get back to it. Santo pushes it forward, now played on by Morales. Morales dishes out wide for De Carvalho. Left-footed boot up over top of the cage and out of bounds. 28 minutes to go. Corsairs and Rams tied at 1 aside. Low line drive of a kick by Davidge that rolls all the way through and off one tap, winds up with the other keeper, Castro. So well placed there by Davidge. We got a whistle for a foul, apparently against Montero. It's the crowd getting more incredulous with every passing whistle. Davidge passes out wide. Kick drop back for Castro. And Castro will look to reverse the field, advances up near midfield. One bounce across midfield. And Giovanni Green brings it back toward the inside. That's Jared Nardizzi, number 17. Oliveira, good entry pass, opportunity for the Rams. Shot on goal, saved by Castro. Casemiro with a good look at it. That was a Morales stopped in his tracks by Giovanni Green. Ball out of play is going to result in a UMass Dartmouth throw in. Both teams looking to make changes. Roderick's back on for UMD. And Jefferson Maliki back in for Framingham State. .26 minutes to play as the ball comes into Roderick's. .25:30 to go. Ball at midfield and taken now back in the other direction by Framingham as they break through. Casemiro trying to draw himself a whistle, could not. Ofosu stepping through traffic. Cody Santo passes forward. Takedown there by Santo. Whistle's a little bit late. They're actually going to give the ball to UMD. Casemiro comes up protesting. Can't say that I blame him on that one. Long belted kick in front for Alvarez. Couldn't get it there. Corsairs haven't called Alvarez's number in a while. Now they do. He touched it a lot in the first half, wasn't able to find himself a shot. He's got good ball skills as he got past one defender but not the second. Santo over to the left side. Gonna try to enter to Montero, didn't make it. Alvarez has it, he appears to be onside, tried to kick it back and couldn't. Ball out to the right side for Santo. Shifted forward. Morales gets tangled up. And we'll see what the call is here with 25:04 to go. Looks like we've got a big opportunity brewing for the Corsairs as they'll get themselves a free kick with 23:52 remaining in regulation. You'll recall Framingham scored its goal on a rebound off of a free kick save. And the Corsairs, who led briefly, looking to see if they can lead again. So Sajbin looking for an opportunity here. Passes out wide, misses everything. He wasn't shooting, he was trying to set up an attack from Rodrigues on the far side, but that kind of had a corkscrew spin to it. And so UMD sees a tremendous opportunity go by the boards entirely without so much as a shot. Approaching halfway through second half action here with your score 1-1 between UMass Dartmouth and Framingham State. Ball advanced forward, now passed in. Rodrigues giving chase. Gonna get there first is Maliki for Framingham State. Maliki looking to see if he can bring it back towards center and cannot. Longer pass ahead. This is the touch Alvarez has been looking for all day, but he can't turn it into a shot. Snuck in to the defensive backfield of Framingham, but couldn't break his way through it. 21:51 remaining in regulation. Corsairs and Rams knotted at 1. Out of bounds off to the far side. 21:21 to go in regulation. We'll see, it appears to be a Framingham throw from the far side. They put it in play for Maliki. Green now with a good speed, but the Corsairs aren't giving him any room to roam. Side spinning kick, lands up and out of play. Green will take the throw in now for Framingham. Ball out to the far side, kicked out of play. Framingham throw coming with 20:45 left in regulation. Entry pass comes on. Green's got himself some space. Didn't turn it into a shot. Rams looking to break through. They get the shot they were looking for, and Castro makes a diving grab. Jeffson Maliki had a good right-footed look at it. Put one on the cage, but Castro had time to read it on its way in. "20 minutes remaining in regulation. Morales shifts it ahead to Montero. Montero breaks in, shoots, and scores his second goal of the match, his third of the season. What a day for Junior Montero as he puts UMD back in front by a score of 2-1 with 19:42 to play in regulation. Montero really deserving a lot of credit because he was the one who really was able to calm the Corsair bench down after that scrape in front of their bench.
UMass Dartmouth goal scored by number
He was
10,
able to get the
Junior
team
Montero.
separated and really restore some order to the contest on the Corsair side. So he scored both UMD tallies. And the Corsairs now in front by a score of 2-1 with 19:23 left to play in regulation. Montero, the senior out of New Bedford, been at this a long time. Of course, went through a tough year for UMD last year, but has an opportunity to make something much better. The Corsairs here in 2019, and that one's scary as it snuck in behind an attempted defensive pass that got away. Davidge did not have the time he needed to go over and get it, so he and the Rams very fortunate that they didn't just put this one out of reach on an own goal with just under 19 minutes remaining. Corner kick punched at. Montero trying to chase his way over to it. As he would love nothing more than a hat trick to put this one up and over the top for UMD late. Corner kick coming for UMD as they bring it in from the side. Ball off on the side will now go over to Framingham with 18 minutes remaining. Oliveira appearing to break forward there, put on the brakes. Went in the other direction. 5 minutes past the halfway point of the second half. Corsairs in front 2-1, all scoring coming in the second half. And Junior Montero coming up with both UMD goals. Pass shifted in front, and Castro having to hit the deck last second to keep it out of the cage as that one snuck through, rolled forward, but to the Corsairs' good fortune, did not roll in. Breaking in with a burst of speed is Sajbin. Spins up toward the sideline and kicked out of play. 16:40 left in regulation as it's thrown in. Ball almost got away as Alvarez was very close to stealing that. Foley brings a pass forward to Santo. And kicked out of play. Montero with a laugh there, thinking it was Corsair ball, and just when he was about to throw it in, being broken the bad news. All smiles and all laughs out there, saying it should be our ball. They did apparently correct the call. So Declan Foley will toss it in from midfield. Pass gets into Sajbin. Pass gets in front from Maliki. Morales shifts it left. The pass pushed out to the right side. Nearly out of play, but stays in along that far sideline. Scale comes back in. He left early in the first half. Haven't seen him back on. Can-Cam, similar story. He was on the field for most of the first half. And gets back in there now with just under 15 minutes remaining in regulation, as of course these teams will try to get back close to their starting lineups. It comes down to whoever is playing the best at this stage when it's still competitive this late. Header by Montero, advances it forward toward Alvarez, but he's unable to break through with it. Clock winding, but not fast enough for the Corsairs' liking. Still plenty of time for the Rams to try to even it up again, as they did earlier on the goal by Algebet. Ball out of play, is running into the fence trying to chase it down. It was Afosu. Throw in out of play off on the far sideline. Framingham will bring the ball back in with a short throw by Green, who tried to get it back, but out of bounds again. Foul that time actually on the Corsairs, so Green will be able to move it forward. Pretty far from the goal, but he might try to elevate. Corsairs not building the wall here, which shows you about how far this really is for Green, just outside of the range where you'd take a shot on goal seriously. Sends it in front, and a shot right into a defender. Nardizzi tried to break through. The shot was by Maliki, who had a good chance a couple of minutes ago as well. Alvarez breaks through some traffic and try to get it back in Montero's direction, and he pushes it a little too flat of an angle. And up forward where Davidge is able to easily go grab it. 12 minutes remaining. Corsairs in front by a goal. Shift off to the right side, left-footed blast, saved but lost off the hands of Jake Castro. It's the second time today he's been unable to gobble it up. First time led to a goal, this time it leads to a corner kick that gives Framingham an opportunity to try to even things up. Nardizzi in the corner. He'll put it into play, header goes wide. And out of play, UMD takes the ball back with 11:05 to go. Rolls out of play, 10.5 minutes remaining in regulation. UMass Dartmouth in front by 1. Junior Montero, the senior from New Bedford, with a pair of tallies today. He's now the team leader on the season with 3. Corsairs look for what would be the third win of the year, as that ball landing with a thud, putting a dent in the quick goal. Benching greenhouse type shaded area over the Framingham bench. Santo with a throw in here, headed forward. Right-footed boot by Scale. Corsair shifted ahead. Good long ball, and appeared to be out of bounds a little bit late on the whistle, but Maliki unable to turn it up. So you'll have a Corsair throw coming. Declan Foley will offer it in, and of course he's in no rush with 9:20 remaining. He'll launch it toward Montero, headed back out of play. With quite the exhale there by Cam that you might have heard at home. And some more nonsense in front of the Framingham bench here. It's Cam arguing with an official. Looks as if he's being issued a card as they've got the notebook out. Nine minutes to play. Framingham will go to its bench. Akeem Buckner comes back in. Ball right at midfield. Montero tries to find a good spot for it. Santo chases it down and does keep it in play. Takes on some contact but keeps it alive. Returns to Montero. He's able to chip it over. UMD bumps it down. Morales trying to win the race to it, and he's walled off just in time by Can, but the Corsairs get a favorable whistle. That will set them up nicely with 8 minutes and counting remaining in regulation. High spinning kick winds up behind the net. And so a goal kick coming for the Rams with 7:38 to go. Ball advanced across midfield and spins out of play. Foul called against Framingham, so a free kick coming for UMD. Declan Foley unloads on that one, headed in Roderick's direction, gets it on him, but skipped a little too far off his left foot and taken away by Scale. 7 minutes to go now. Corsairs have the throw along the far sideline. Bounds in and rolls out of play. Six and a half minutes to go. Rams trying to climb the ladder here, find themselves another scoring opportunity before it's too late. They gained an equalizer last time they were behind, looking for another. So they try to get it through toward Nardizzi, and they can't quite get it through. UMD preventing the entry, but the Rams staying on the attack. Just missing the intended target, that was Maliki. Corsairs flip the field, but they don't have possessions. The Rams will get a chance to get on the march again. Isaac Souza with his first touch in a while. Souza, the senior from Sao Paulo, Brazil, played his high school ball at Acton Boxborough. Five and a half minutes to go. Rams put one on net. Castro goes up to get it. A high arcing spinning kick by Casemiro. That was 8 again. 5:17 remaining. It's UMD trying to play 5 good minutes worth of defense to salt away a third victory on the year. Rams take it out wide, gaining an opportunity, and Castro steps in front of it. Casemiro got his hairline to it. Afosu had the chance at it out wide. Not really a shot, didn't approach the goal fully. Corsairs have another change they want to make. They want to get Nate Pacheco in there, whom we've not seen yet. He'll come in to try to close things out, I suppose. Perhaps some added defensive support from the midfield level, and Framingham will counter by getting Dante Mancini back on. 4.5 minutes to play. Nearly an opportunity for Souza as he tries to stay near it. Ball out of play, going to belong to the Corsairs. Clock stops with 4 minutes 20 seconds left in regulation, as both teams looking to make their substitutions. And hitting the deck for UMass Dartmouth is Cody Santo, who apparently needs to come out as he's taking a drop onto the field. Looks like he'll be coming off. So when the leading team makes a substitution in the final 5 minutes, the clock stops when they do so. And so Santo, knowing that, was a bit shaken up anyway, will just get himself down and allow himself to be replaced here late. And so Gonzalo Royas getting a late call to get into this game. Royas, a sophomore midfielder from Fall River, Mass. And Durfee High. And he is Johnny on the spot in a key situation here for the Corsairs with 4 minutes 20 seconds remaining in a 1-goal match. And to be able to answer that call quickly in a key situation like this as the ball goes out of play. Corsairs, after just a 2-win season a year ago, trying to put away their 3rd win in the 2nd full week of September. Henry Almeida closing in on career victory number 96. That shifts along the far side, now brought back out of play. Corner kick opportunity available for Framingham. Bryce Nardizzi, left-footed kicker, will attempt it, but they keep it low, put it down. They return it to Nardizzi. He's going to, almost got himself a shot and then kicked it into traffic. Corsairs the last to touch it, so Framingham will get another corner kick. Last time, Nardizzi put it in quickly to Green and got it right back to try to shoot, but he hesitated just a little bit, didn't get the look like it appeared he might get. This time, a more conventional corner kick, a deflection, and UMD able to wall it up as Morales kicks it up to relative safety. Now a good deflection by Will Cochran. UMD breaking through, great touch on the ball by Declan Foley, who slid to get to it and was able to push it out to midfield. Good, strong effort by Will Cochran there. As it's just all about trying to keep the contest down at the Framingham end now, whether you get offensive opportunities or not at this stage with 2:15 remaining in regulation. De Oliveira lofts one across midfield. Rolls out of play. They'll give this one to Framingham. So really last chance for the Rams here. 1:43 left to go off of the goal kick. They'll get it down and out quickly to Can-Can. Can with a good, strong left-footed boot. Rams need good passes here. As Fosu going to give chase. And it spins up and out of play. Ball spun to the left side. Sajbing pushes it forward. Gets it out to Morales. Morales chased down.
1 minute remaining in the half. 1 minute.
Rams looking for one more chance at it, but kept in play. Nifty play along the sideline by Royas, who remember just came into the game. Rams get the throw, and they need to keep it advancing. They pop the ball right back out into play and onto the foot of Souza. Souza advances it forward. Got to have a quick try here. Good chance for Nardizzi, and Nardizzi runs into a defender. Had to get that shot off quick when he got the chance, and he just kind of runs out of the opportunity. Two different times, Nardizzi had chances to shoot and just kind of maneuvered his way out of the opportunity, which is a real shame for Framingham because they had a real opportunity if he had been willing to kick it right away. 15 seconds remaining. We'll see if the Rams can find one more shot. There's no scoreboard down that end, so they'll rely on the announcement of the waning seconds of the clock. Corsairs have got it here, just have to keep it in play. Now they kick it out of bounds. Rams will throw it in, and Souza gets a belt on it. It's saved. Not sure it would have counted anyway, but Jake Castro gobbles it up, and the Corsairs come up with their victory. So a clean sweep of the afternoon here at Cressy Field, as UMass Dartmouth comes away with a 2-1 victory over Framingham State. With the victory, UMass Dartmouth improves to 3-1 on the year with a 2-1 victory was the number that I had in mind. So congratulations to Junior Montero on his 2-goal performance here today, as he is able to lead UMass Dartmouth to a thrilling victory over Framingham State. UMass Dartmouth already with more wins this year than last, and plenty of room to grow in the 2019 campaign. Framingham falls to 1-4 on the year. Corsairs will be back in action on Wednesday night when they play host to Salem State. That'll be a 7 o'clock match that we'll have for you here on CorsairAthletics.com. In the meantime, thanks so much for watching. This is John Cabral saying so long from UMass Dartmouth.